The world's biggest troll is coming home. Meghan Markle is going to make life a misery for the royal family, for William, for Catherine, for King Charles.
So, my question is, why now?
It's $1 million question. Megxit has been reversed, right? This is a betrayal of Megxit. It's exactly what the Queen did not want. The decision by Harry and Meghan to come to the UK next month is the ultimate establishment stitch-up. There are figures within this current Labour government who want to make this happen. And
I do have an exclusive for you, actually. That's what I've been told.
oh my goodness.
Hello and welcome to the 200th episode of the Daily Expresso with me, JJ, and my fave, Mark Dolan. How are you?
So good to see you. Congratulations on the 200th and last episode of the Daily Expresso. And I'd like to wish you really good luck in your career outside of the media, JJ. It's not going to be easy. No. Retail's an option.
I'll work at McDonald's. I'm not a proud man.
Listen, this show goes from strength to strength. And oh my goodness, the news does not stop, does it?
Jesus. Harry and Meghan are coming back. Like the Messiah, they're coming back.
Yes, and the world's biggest troll is coming home. And Meghan Markle is going to make life a misery for the royal family, for William, for Catherine, for King Charles. She's going to gather more material for the next documentary on Netflix. It's absolutely huge. It's seismic. This is a story that has broken the internet. And I think people are surprised, JJ, not that it's happening, but at the timing. There was a sense of weary inevitability that Meghan and Archie and Lily would come back to the UK because I believe that Meghan in particular is desperate because she knows that her Sussex brand is in trouble. She needs to recalibrate her royal credentials. Yeah. But I thought the earliest it would happen would be next year for Invictus in Birmingham, your home city. Yep. And that would have been merited because if you think about it, it's a huge deal. It's a major sporting event. It's Harry's main gig, Invictus. So for Megs and the kids to come over next year, conceivable. Not guaranteed, but probably 60-40. Meanwhile, we get the news, no. They're going to be here in days.
So my question is, why now?
It's $1 million question because this countdown to Invictus, which is the excuse, that's the pretext that we are being given, is a nothing burger. Yeah. It's a non-story. A countdown to what? Yeah. Harry could have jumped on a Zoom from his Montecito mansion and said, oh, hi, everyone. Yeah, Prince Harry, man, world's least happy millionaire. And 1 year to go. Rah. And that would have been fine. So he didn't need to come. No. But obviously he misses the United Kingdom and it's any excuse. It's a bit like maybe your good self going to your local pub, right? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Anisiobi. I have to go to the pub because they're selling secondhand books. They're having a book sale in the pub. And Harry's like that about England. Any excuse to come. And that's absolutely, the thing. But for Meghan, Harry, and the kids to come together is a statement, okay? The Invictus countdown is an excuse. By the way, that's a countdown to nothing because Invictus is in real trouble for three reasons. The veterans aren't happy because it's become about Harry and Meghan, and they feel that they've toxified the charity in exactly the way that Sophie Chandauka feels that Harry and Meghan toxified Sentebale. Yeah. Second issue you've got, as with Sentebale, concerns about sponsorship for Invictus, with Boeing, for example, pulling their support for the event next year. And then, of course, the issue of the cost of Invictus. It's a great event, and I salute the heroes that participate, but it's over $100,000
per competitor
to put it on. Now, it's a charity endeavor. And as we talked about before, maybe you could buy some wheelchairs and a little bit of physiotherapy for people that need it.
Adapt people's homes.
All of that. And also, those issues. But the bottom line is that, therefore, it ain't about the countdown to Invictus. It is about laying out a plan for a return to the royal inner circle. It's a statement of intent. It is messaging. It is a bold move. It's a flex. It's a reassertion of Harry's royal credentials, which we saw during his unhinged interview with ITV News on Ukraine, in which he was dressed as a burglar for some reason, and I don't know why, in a beanie hat, like a criminal, like an actual criminal man, dressed for crime. I'm very much a frontline serving royal now. I'm very much a member of the royal family, and I'm going to do these fake royal trips all the time. So what we've seen three big things, really. Clarence House in September of last year, face-to-face meeting. That, of course, was when Charles opened the door to his son, let his son put the foot in the door, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Then you've got the Ukraine visit, the tearing up of the deal with the Queen by saying, I'm a royal, which was not the agreement with the late Queen Elizabeth. And now, next couple of weeks, we're looking at, I think that somewhere around the 10th of July is when we're going to have this Invictus announcement. It will happen in Birmingham. So they will likely fly in a few days beforehand. It's my understanding they'll be here for about a week. And it's going to be about saying Megxit has been reversed, right? This is a betrayal of Megxit. This is the shredding of that agreement. It's over. It's done. And what you're looking at now is exactly what the Queen did not want, which is Harry and Meghan half in, half out.
Yeah. Well, my other question to you, Marky Mark, is does this mean that his security requests have been met? Because all he's been banging on about is how unsafe it is for him to be in this country with his wife and his kids, and he won't bring them back until he's got all the bells and whistles, the blue lights, armed officers. He wants access to the intelligence. MI5 have got to tell him what's going down. So has that all been met then? That's all good?
Well, it's a brilliant question.
I know it's a brilliant question. It's kind of what I do for a living.
And the truth is, we don't know, so let's make it up. Oh, yeah, security. I've spoken to a policeman about it. He's called PC Plod. Bobby Plod. And Bobby said, Big Bobby Plod said, there's been a deal. We don't know. We don't know. And that is the issue, is are they going to come to the UK without that armed royal protection? In which case they're going to have to eat their words. And it will demonstrate just how desperate they are to save their brand, that they're willing to dodge bullets and, duck out of the way of terrorists and explosions and all the other threats against them. By the way, I've heard Harry's stalker, though. Apparently, she's had enough. She's done. Yeah. Well, Harry has an alleged stalker, but I've heard she's just sick of him. She said, I spoke in confidence to Harry Stalker. She said, if I see one more photograph of that numpty, even the stalker's checked out. She's done. She's called time. Like, thanks, but no thanks. I want to get on with my life. I want to think about that man. But it's very interesting that we don't know what the story is with the security. And if they don't have it, I think that's really embarrassing because of all the statements they've made.
And he's spent how many hundreds of thousands of pounds on lawyers going to court for him. So he's going to come to the country and be like, okay, I haven't got what I asked for, but don't worry, I'm going to come anyway with the wife and kids. Right. Then you've just wasted all that cash and now you've lost face as well.
Well, that's right. And therefore, I think it's most likely that they do have the security. RAVEC is the organisation that looks at that. The Mail were reporting early in the year that it was nailed on. And so therefore the mood music around this has been that it's likely to happen. And it's very interesting, isn't it, JJ? Because Harry, after his failed legal action against the British government for that armed protection last year, he gave an unexpected interview to the BBC. It's my understanding they were expecting a brief statement. He gave them about half an hour because he was so angry. And he described the decision not to grant him royal armed protection as an establishment stitch-up. Well, I think that this is Orwellian doublespeak because I think that the decision by Harry and Meghan to come to the UK next month is the ultimate establishment stitch-up in their favour. And this ties in with the views and the reporting of Richard Eden, good mutual friend of ours, diary editor of the Daily Mail. He knows his onions, great journalist. And he's been talking about an establishment plan to get Harry and Meghan back, which has been going on for over 2 years. And that there are figures within this current Labour government, including the Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper, who want to make this happen. And Eden said the establishment are all in with Harry coming home.
Why? Why do they want him back?
It's a great question. I mean, that's the imponderable. And you have to wonder whether it comes from Charles. Charles is an older man. He's 77. He's still battling cancer. Now, it's my understanding that that cancer journey is going well, that he'll never be cured, but he's responding better to treatment than was even anticipated. So that's fantastic news.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding, it could well be that the boss, which is what Charles is, he's the head of the firm, he's the monarch of this country and the head of state. And he's decided, do you know something? Life is too short. We got a glimpse of it from the book Spare when Harry quoted his father speaking to the boys, William and Harry, saying, can you two please not make my final days a misery?
Yeah.
So it could be that the establishment have taken the lead from the king to broker peace, that life's too short. The other issue, JJ, and we've talked about it, haven't we, is that I believe that Harry and Meghan have been leveraging access to Archie and Lily as a way of getting back in, because, of course, Charles wants to see his grandkids.
He hasn't seen them since June 2022.
Correct.
So these kids don't know their grandfather at all. He'll just be a stranger to them.
Exactly, which is really sad. And will they encounter their cousins on this occasion? Probably not.
Probably not, no.
Because, of course, the cousins in particular, George, Louis and Charlotte, are the children of William, who, and I quote from my inside source, effing detests his brother.
That's such a shame.
So good luck with that.
I do have an exclusive for you, actually. I do have an exclusive.
Is it from PC Plod?
It's not from PC Plod.
Can I say Bobby Plod is sound? And he absolutely is real.
I don't know if this is going to go ahead or not, but I have been told, and I feel this is a dig at William, Harry's going to make his announcements in Birmingham at Villa Park. That's what I've been told.
Oh, my goodness.
And as we know, William is a huge Aston Villa fan. He travels around the world watching them. He's a massive supporter. So that feels like it's going to be a huge dig at William. Here I am in your football club announcing my Invictus games.
JJ, that is a huge scoop.
Yep.
Because,
Yep.
Gotta say.
Yep.
And I think the reason why that's significant is that is Harry parking his tanks on William's lawn. As you said, that boy, William, his great loves the United Kingdom, his family, particularly his wife and children, and Aston Villa Football Club. He lives and breathes. He's so passionate. I think maybe there's a sense of his second family about that club. It's a very, as you know, iconic, traditional English football club.
Yep.
And the fan base is very long-standing, very loyal, very authentic, real people.
Yeah.
And they don't make a fuss of him when he's there.
No.
And just that footage of him watching them pick up this massive European trophy, which I was so happy to see happen. And then Harry goes there and tries to own that space.
Yeah.
Actually, well, I quite like Villa as well, actually. I've got a purple tie, so I'm basically a Villa fan, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I do think Aston Villa was a holiday home in Spain, but which Meghan was going to buy, yeah.
If he goes to Villa Park, that's an act of war.
Yeah.
Because Villa, it belongs to William. It's his intellectual property. It's his emotions. It's his backstory. It's his narrative. In many ways, it's one of the few human things that we know about William.
Yeah.
I don't want to be unkind about it. But he's quite a serious chap.
Yeah.
Potentially even a little austere at times. But we know, where does the passion come from? The football and from the family. So yeah, that is a massive, massive story. The $1 million question regarding your earlier point about Ravek and the armed royal protection, which we're just going to have to assume, this is a little bit of a roll of the dice, but I think he's got it. But notwithstanding that, the only other way that you're going to get proper protection is if you've been invited to the UK by the king. But you've been saying to me that you don't think that there's a guarantee that Harry will meet the king.
That's exactly
in
right.
2 weeks' time.
Before we jump onto that, let me just say to you, dear listener and viewer, subscribe. 86% of you are watching our episodes every single day, but you're not subscribed, so you're missing out on so much good stuff. So just hit the subscribe button, because next week, this isn't even a good episode. Better ones next week. We're sacking Mark Dolan. We're going to have a much better team next week. So subscribe and you won't miss out on any of that.
Well, I do know. I have been replaced. It's an open secret. It hasn't... It's partly my performance on the show, which has been subpar, but also my conduct off air not becoming of a broadcast professional, I'd like to say sorry. I've had marriage problems. I do drink. And I think it changes me. I think that I'm not the same person. It's a different person. It's not a person I recognize. I'd like to apologize to the roughly 27 men that have been affected by these allegations, which I vehemently deny. But anyway, I've been replaced, and I'm very excited because apparently you've got PC Plod in silhouette behind a screen. Hello, JJ. Harry's getting you on cops, don't worry about that.
Right, a quick pause in the podcast to tell you about our sponsor, Incogni. You had those phone calls from numbers you don't recognise, or you go in your inbox and there's emails for stuff you did not sign up for. Well, that's because someone somewhere is selling your private information. That's where today's sponsor comes in, Incogni. They will contact these people who have been taking your information, and they'll say, oi, stop, delete it. Go to the website, incogni.com, you type in the details, 2 minutes later, Incogni are sorting it out for you automatically. And because I love you, I've got you a discount. It ain't 10%, it ain't 20, 60% off. 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Just go to incogni.com/Daily Expresso or click the link in the episode description box below. So Charles, I've heard he apparently has had a change of heart towards Harry, and he is now less trusting of his son.
My goodness.
And his team are refusing to give Harry and his team an actual fixed-in, locked date of when they can have an audience with the king this summer.
Well, that is wild, and that is a lukewarm response from the palace, isn't it? Which then, if we're putting the pieces together, then it looks like this decision to come for the countdown is exclusively Sussex-led.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't necessarily come with the blessing of the palace. That said, you can detect a sort of emollient softening of relations between the palace and Harry and Meghan, I think, because first of all, Harry was granted the Clarence House face-to-face summit last year. There's also this character, Theo Rycroft, who is King Charles's right-hand man, kind of chief of staff type person. And Rycroft is very keen to engineer peace. He's a lifelong diplomat. He's a very, very nice man, a very accomplished man. And he wants to see whether he can just put all of this to bed. He'd love that to be his legacy, and he wants to do that for the boss. And Charlotte Griffiths, another good pal of ours, of course, editor-at-large at the Mail on Sunday, told me on my Talk TV show that Rycroft, Charles's right-hand man, thinks that potentially he can broker a handshake behind the scenes between William and Harry. Now, do you see that happening?
No, I think Rycroft's been drinking again. He's been drinking more than you've been drinking, mate. Good Lord. There's no way William and Harry are going to reconcile this year. I think in the future, perhaps, but certainly not anytime soon.
Well, I don't think it's possible as long as Harry and Meghan remain husband and wife. And I don't wish to cause a marriage to end. I'm just going to put it out there. The inconvenient truth is that as long as they are married, there will never be full trust between the palace and the Sussexes, and there will certainly never be full trust between the Waleses and the Sussexes. I do think that if they were to divorce, let's just say 5-10 years from now, Harry can come back to England and go, look, it's horrible, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Meghan got in my head and poisoned me against all of you. I think at that point you do have a chance, because Harry can go and have a beer with his brother and it's not going to end up in a book or on a podcast.
Yeah.
But as long as Meghan is around, anything that happens goes back to her and she weaponizes it. And the perfect example of that was the Oprah interview, and it was Harry's encounter with his family about what the unborn Archie might look like, which is the conversation all families have had throughout history, by the way.
Yeah.
And when you and I have a baby, there'll be a great discussion. And I'm told the science is nearly there. And what a beast of a journalist that baby will be. Are you kidding? You and me mixed. For God's sakes. But what happened is that it was Harry that had a chat with the family where they just sort of said, oh, I wonder, you know, who the baby's going to take after, what the baby's going to look like. And he goes back to Meghan, and it's only when he tells Meghan that it becomes a story.
Yeah.
So can you imagine all of the perceived microaggressions that Harry may experience, which he'll tell Meghan about this July, if they do spend time with the royal family? If Meghan is in the company of the king, will she be taking a note of his body language. He was rude to her. He turned his back to her. Camilla said something, racist, or Catherine made me cry again.
Yeah.
I mean, it just opens the whole can of worms.
I do feel, and I like Harry and Meghan, I do, even though our viewers are not fans of them at all. Monday, I said that I felt sorry for Harry. The comments on YouTube, they were not happy with that at all. Wake up, JJ. Read the room. Why'd you feel sorry for him? He's pulled the... Anyways, I do think that Harry has held King Charles and the palace to ransom. Because if King Charles has not agreed already to a date, Harry knows if he comes to open Invictus, start the countdown, it looks extremely bad that he's come to England and the king, who has some time on his hands, has refused to see him. That only makes King Charles look bad. Your estranged son is in the country launching a charity again, and you are not going to see him. So I think King Charles and the palace are being held to ransom. They're being forced into having to see Harry. Even if it's just a 20-minute cup of tea with him, they're going to have to see him. William, perhaps not.
Fascinating. Sure. That's fascinating. So whilst we've talked about the couple, in my view, weaponizing access to Archie and Lily, you're saying that now they're weaponizing Invictus and this charitable event and the fact that he's in the UK with the whole family. Well, that's a brutal assessment, and you can't rule it out given past behavior, because the way that we analyze human beings is to look at patterns of behavior. And if there's an allegation against someone which is in isolation, and there have been no such examples before or since, you have to wonder. That's where you need a bit of scrutiny.
Yeah.
But if you've got the likes of the Sussexes who have a modus operandi, they have a pattern, then you can see that is going to be repeated. So yeah, poor old Charles. I mean, I think that it is a bit of a headache of his making, of course, because there was the Clarence House face-to-face last year. I think that opened the can of worms. He has been irredeemably weak. And also, I think that by opening the door to any sort of make-up, a reunion, is an insult and a slap in the face to William, who hasn't put a foot wrong, but a very loyal son all these years.
Yeah.
And you can rest assured that William is now sat at home, absolutely boiling with rage.
Which is why I think Rycroft is wrong. There'll be no handshakes between William and Harry. However... Let's move on to Meghan Markle. Have you seen this Father's Day stuff she's flogging?
I love it.
So
you can't keep a good woman down, can you?
A Father's Day breakfast in bed set for up to £110. She calls it the Morning Ritual gift box, which includes a signature candle, number 519, Moroccan mint, cardamom, tea leaves, our signature scents, herbal lemon ginger tea, sage honey with honeycomb, and limited edition as ever matchbox. I mean, that's not something I would want for Father's Day, to be honest.
The most woke morning experience you could ever have. Was it cardamom tea?
Cardamom tea.
Harry's a man. He needs a big old flagon of coffee, doesn't he?
And a full English.
Full English. Or maybe, for our American viewers, what they call the builder's tea.
Oh.
Which, of course, you know all about, right? The tea, so strong, consumed by builders, in which when you put the spoon in, the spoon doesn't move. It just stands up in the cup because it is that strong. And so a cup of builders, as you say, a nice bit of kind of a heart attack sort of breakfast of your bacon and your sausages, fried eggs. Maybe you could go for the American delicacy of grits.
Oh, they tried to give me grits when I was in America last week.
It's a beautiful thing.
I said no.
It's the greatest menu in the world.
It's disgusting.
Love the grits.
Sorry to everyone listening from America. I just can't have it.
Can I tell you that no one knows what grits are?
Well, I asked. They told me. The woman was like, it's ground corn, which comes out more looking like oatmeal. And I said to her, that sounds vile.
You're not selling it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, it's a great American delicacy. But look, that's the most ridiculous Father's Day set of gifts. Yeah. And I mean, this is, more proof that Meghan is really struggling for ideas with this as ever brand. I think it'll be wound up in around a year's time. And I think what you'll see it wound up in the way that the Archwell Charity Foundation has been wound up, which is to be kept as a kind of brand which is out there, but essentially a skeleton service. Yeah. And I think she'll keep it as a little bit of a moniker. And there'll be the illusion of a website, but it's going to be scaled right back. Well, one of the reasons why she hasn't got the money to do it, Netflix were her retail partners in that. Yeah. They've pulled out. Why have they pulled out? Why has one of the richest media organizations in the world pulled out of something that we've been told is making millions? Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen. The Americans, they like success.
Yeah.
They run towards success. They run away from failure.
Well, it's Father's Day on Sunday. What are your boys going to get you?
Well, it's very sweet.
They're going to lift to the restraining order.
You know, that would definitely help. Like to spend time with my children, not in the company of a police officer and a court official and a magistrate and a cop car and... No, listen, it's really funny, right? Because, you know, working in media, people think, oh, you want to do glamorous stuff, or I'm so simple and old-fashioned, you know what I mean? I actually sent my boys, because they wanted ideas, you know. What do you want from your kiddos for Father's Day? Of your son?
I'm the opposite of you. I am glitzy. I want gold. I want gold. So I've told my wife, go to the Pure Gold Company and speak to them one-to-one, see what you can do.
Well, it's the greatest element of them all, isn't it?
It is. There's no greater element than gold. So I'm going to put a link below for the Pure Gold Company. If you want to get some gold, speak to them. I can't tell you anything else about it. Just speak to Pure Gold Company. One last thing before we go. I must speak to you about this.
Can I just say I'm speaking to the platinum people at the moment? And they've come in with
Those
a rival
scoundrels.
They've come in with a rival bid, and I'm so sorry, but it's gold all the way for us. There was a guy from Tin that was in reception, and we had him moved on.
So on Monday, we recorded our special additional episode that we send to our beautiful members of Club Expresso, right? And we spoke about Harry and his basketball game in San Antonio. The NBA Finals. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk any more about it because go and watch it. Pay your premium, $3.99 a month. That's nothing. Go and watch the VIP episode. But Meghan apparently is very annoyed, not at us, but very annoyed at the San Antonio Spurs for putting Harry in row 8. She says it speaks volumes about status and that he should have been put on the court side with all the other celebrities. He was in the row 8, like a commoner, like a peasant.
Well, it is true that in the United States, people who look a certain way are treated differently. And no more egregious example of that is than the ginger people, who are subject to, and what they need is they need a rather noisy, charismatic sort of flame-haired figure, right, at the top of American politics to like have their. Is Donald Trump ginger?
I think he's more blonde.
He's blondie, isn't he? Blondie.
Look, blonde and handsome.
It's very funny that Meghan's complaining about that. What she's really complaining about, she's shooting the messenger. In America now, Harry's value, his stock price, has just dropped. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's relegated to the 8th row. And she doesn't like it. She doesn't like the truth. Well, I'm so sorry. Wake up and smell the coffee. You reap what you sow. Because that was it. There's no better example of where Harry stands. In the UK, no invite to Peter Phillips's wedding, even though Beatrice and Eugenie, a pair of grifters, go. Meanwhile, in America, 8th row back, and a guy that hasn't made anyone crack a smile for 20 years, Ben Stiller, in the front row. Mm-hmm. Yikes.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Marcus, this episode has gone on far too long. Let's end it now.
I think quite a strong edit as well, I would have thought.
Strong edit. People stopped watching about half an hour ago.
By the time you filleted out the tricky bits, 11 seconds?
5.
It's going to be like a KGB video. Hello. Nice to see you. Goodbye.
Well, on that note, Marky Mark, thank you.
See you for another big one on Monday.
Yeah. Well, what? And thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the hype button. Bye-bye.